Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kyra, and here on this channel we are all about real makeup for real life and real people. Today's video is my September 2021 month in review. This is a wrap-up video that I do every month where I talk about some top products from the month, maybe a bottom or two, as well as shop my stash standouts, favorite creator of the month, and more. And I love doing this video, whether it does very well in my analytics or not. I really like coming back to you guys each month and kind of letting you know how the month went and things like that. So let's get into it. Starting with the tops, or the good news as I like to call it, I absolutely had to put this in here, and that is my 1 month, 1 palette, which is the ABH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette. I'm using this for every single look that I create this month in combination with my Project Pan eyeshadows, of course, because I still want to make progress even though I wanted to do a fun project like this. So there will be a wrap-up video where I talk about my thoughts, feelings, and show you all of the looks that I created this month coming in just a few days. But I absolutely had to include this as a favorite or a top product this month because I have loved using this palette. It is, of course, what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I love the mattes in here. I like the different textures of the shimmers, and I just, I'm gonna save it for the wrap-up video, but this is definitely in the top this month. Next is one that might surprise you. I don't talk about primer too much on my channel. I'm not a huge fan of primers, but somehow I felt led to try this one. Quite a few of my very favorite YouTubers, including those with similar skin types as myself, have been loving on this primer, and it is the Wet n Wild Impossible Primer, the one silicone-free primer that does it all. It mattifies, it hydrates, it blurs pores, it preps skin for lasting makeup, and it's impossibly silicone-free. I really like this. I love what it does for my skin. It really does smooth things out. In my opinion, it feels nice. It has a little bit of a cooling texture on the skin when you apply it. I typically mostly apply this in my T-zone. So I do typically try to stay away from silicones in my makeup, specifically base makeup, and especially in my primer because it's the first step that goes on my skin after sunscreen. And I did apply this over my sunscreen today, which is the Bliss One All-Star or something. I'll put a picture up for you. No problems with it pilling or anything like that over skincare, which is great. And while I don't know that this entirely extends the wear of my makeup on my oily skin, we'll find out here soon because my skin's going to get more normal the colder it gets here, and I have socks and the cardigan on today, so that tells you it is quite chilly here in northern Colorado. But I do love the way this looks, and the other thing that I really like about this one is I like this when I'm not going to be wearing foundation. I like it under foundation just fine, but I really like the effect it has on my skin when I am just going to maybe use a little concealer or a very light, no makeup kind of look. It kind of gives something for my powder to cling to because I am an oily girl. Even if I'm not wearing foundation, I'm typically powdering my skin to try and keep things a little less dewy, if you will. I will say nobody has said that this does have a scent to it. It is very faint, but it is a little bit of a coconut scent, so I wanted to make sure to call that out. I haven't heard anybody else say that it's scented. In fact, I've heard several say that it isn't. It isn't. It is scented. It's very lightly, but scented. And then the last top for this month is really brand new to me, but it is already a favorite, and I am already wanting to get some other shades. And it is the Sephora Melting Lip Clicks. This is the shade Caramel, and I can't remember whose channel I saw these on, but these were on sale or marked down to $4 on Sephora, and I absolutely fell in love with this the minute that I received it. This is the shade right here. You can also see I have it on my lips. This is not long lasting by any means, but it is a great sort of touch-up lip color. I love this for that. I also love this for putting in my purse if I go out and about. I wanted to call out a couple of things. Number one, it is not scented, so that's a plus for a lot of people. You'll see here that there's no product up above this black part of the component, and that is because this is so melty and buttery, not oily, not greasy. It's super comfortable, just like a lip balm, but with a tint. You only click up a couple of times just so there's enough there for you to apply. You don't want to over click this. I also think you probably should avoid putting this like in your pocket. I think it could melt or melt out of the component. Definitely wouldn't recommend leaving it in your car either, but I really love this. I'd like to get other colors. I'm hoping that they're not $4 because Sephora is getting rid of them, because Sephora really likes to sort of rotate things in and out of their permanent collection, but it was a huge win for me this month. Okay, one bottom product for the month, kind of a fail, not a huge fail mind you, but kind of a fail. And it was a product from my Shop My Stash. It is the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. First of all, I want to say I don't hate this. As far as illuminating primers go, I think this is one that would work for a lot of different skin types because it does sort of dry down, settle into the skin, things like that. This is just not my type of product because it is so not even just shimmery, but it is downright glittery, very lightly scented, I would say. But I don't like this type of primer where it's just basically a bunch of shimmer that you put on your skin and then put your foundation over top. I wouldn't use this as a liquid highlight because, again, I'm not into glitter on my face. The kinds of primers, though, that I do like that are more illuminating would be like the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion. I also really love the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer, as well as the Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. These all give a smooth glow, not as punchy as like a liquid highlighter, but similar in texture. There's no glitter, it's just smooth, it absorbs into the skin, and it's really beautiful. So I thought I'd show you a couple of options, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this one go. I had one Shop My Stash standout product for the month of September, and it is this little teeny tiny, it's the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder. I have the shade Pound Cake here, and what surprised me is how good this is. I will say, first of all, and I don't think a lot of people mention it, but this is definitely fragranced. I like the fragrance. It's kind of like musky, like almost like a perfume. But if you're sensitive to scent, I absolutely would skip on this one. But I was just surprised at how this is just really an all-around good powder. I don't think it makes my face look too powdery or heavy or cakey or dry. It just works, and it works well. You know, obviously this is just a little sample guy, but I really like this one, and I was quite surprised by that. I just picked it up on a whim. It's something I had always thought about trying, but didn't want to buy the full size or even a mini. So I tried it out this way, and I really like it. I don't know that it's one that I would necessarily purchase. I have enough loose powder to last me quite some time, but it is really good in case you were curious. Next is my favorite video that I created this month, and for me, that is my top 5 lip and cheek combos for fall 2021. You would have just seen this video recently, and if you didn't, I will go ahead and link it in the description box below. But basically, I picked some blush and then I found coordinating lippies, and I shared with you some tips and tricks on how I did that. Because sometimes you have a really strong blush, but you want to coordinate your lip, but you don't want to do a strong lip, and vice versa. Sometimes you have a really nice blush that you really want to accentuate with a deeper, more rich version of the blush. So hopefully, if you haven't seen that already, you will go and check it out, because it was definitely the favorite video that I filmed this month. So, favorite creator of the month. I don't always have one of these. I don't try to force it. I don't look for a new favorite or anything like that. But if I find somebody organically that I am really excited about, I definitely want to share it with you. And this month, the creator of the month is Amanda Z. How have I never found her channel before? I don't know. She's what I would dub the queen of minimal cream makeup. She is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to cream face products, whether that be cream highlighters, cream blush, cream bronzers, cream eyeshadows. She has multiple videos on both affordable and otherwise cream shadows for one shadow looks, which I love. I love her to death. She is able to get so much information into a tiny little, like, 30-second snippet on a product that I'm actually jealous that I don't have that skill. You guys know that I'm a talker, and for whatever reason, I just think it's so great how concise she can be and how much, like, information she can pack into those short bits on each of the products that she's talking about. So I'm definitely going to have her linked down below, as well as a couple of my favorite videos of hers that I've watched recently. So if you have not tuned into Amanda Z's channel, please check her out down below. It doesn't matter how big or small or what have you that a YouTuber is. We all appreciate new friends and subscribers. Now for channel updates and shenanigans. I already mentioned that I will have a wrap-up video coming soon on my 1 month, 1 palette with the ABH Cosmetics Avocado Toast palette. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it. I personally really enjoyed it as well. I actually think it helped me to have the 1 month, 1 palette and combine it with my Project Pan eyeshadows. I feel like I got a lot more use out of my Project Pan eyeshadows than I might have otherwise. So I'm definitely keen to do it again. And I think I would definitely want to take October off. I have a few new palettes that I would like to review and play with and things like that. But I feel like I would like to do another one, probably in November, and I wanted to give you guys a couple of choices. I would be so grateful if you would leave your choice down in your comment below. I will also have a poll on my community tab. If you go to my channel page up in the upper right hand corner, there is a community tab where I will post your choices and you can vote there as well as over on my Instagram. So please leave your votes. I would love to hear your thoughts, and if it's going to be around for a whole month, I would really like you guys to enjoy whatever that palette is. So the choices. First and foremost, I mentioned this palette in my top 10 palettes for fall, which I'll link below. I mentioned it as a possibility for a 1 month, 1 palette. And so many of you guys were very excited for that idea. So the first choice is the ABH and Jackie Aina palette. If you haven't seen it, it looks like this, very fall. My only concern, I guess, if you take out these 2 shades right here, which I just don't use that much, I think it's a very doable palette for fall. And of course, again, I will be pairing whichever palette wins with my Project Pan eyeshadows, because it's getting close to the end of the year. I still need to make progress. Second choice, probably one of the most easily identifiable fall palettes, ABH Subculture, who still has theirs, and this is what that one looks like. Love, absolutely love. My first choice for a 1 month one palette would be the Natasha Denona TrioChrome palette. This is one of Natasha's palettes that I just haven't got enough use out of. I keep talking about wanting to possibly work on it to hit pan in a few shades, and I think I could really get jump started if I used this for an entire month. And lastly, just kind of random actually, but I have not used this palette but maybe once or twice on my eyes, and I don't know how much interest there is in this palette. I don't hear people talk about it very much, but it is the Juvia's Place, the Saharan palette. And I think it has a really beautiful fall color story. I can definitely see some looks with this. Well, it would be a lot of looks. But anyways, that is the fourth choice. So let me know down below. ABH and Jackie Aina, ABH Subculture, Natasha Denona TrioChrome, or Juvia's Place, the Saharan. And that is it, guys. I have had a really good September. I can't believe that it is almost over when I'm filming this, and fall is definitely here in Colorado. We got down into the 40s last night, but then it's going to be like 80 degrees today, and that is fall here in northern Colorado. I am very excited for October. I cannot wait to get into some more fall content. Leave any suggestions or requests down in your comments below as well, because I love the ideas that you guys suggest. I always take screenshots of them and I look through them before I make up a schedule for the month. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me today. I appreciate you guys, and I hope you'll consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already. Then I can see you in my next video, and I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days, and I will see you very, very soon.